Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. It's Theresa here with day 19 in my 2021 December daily album. And so I've been sitting here kind of working on the layout for this day. And the nice thing about filming with you guys is that turning on the camera helps me go ahead and make decisions. And so what I have is a foundation page I made last year, and it is just a basic 2x2 pocket page with the vellum hearts or transparency hearts. They're actually transparency hearts in those 2x2 pockets. And I just did that as a page starter just to have something to go on. And then my story is our famous cat Zoe sitting in front of the pantry waiting for dinner, as she does. And so I thought about having part of the page be the 2x2s and the other part of the page being her photo, and then carrying the 2x2 grid over top of the photo, so that she's like one of the 2x2s and just sort of continuing these imaginary lines. And so now I've just got to make the decision about what shapes do I want to use. Do I want it to be all hearts, or do I want to incorporate some of these other fun little shapes, or how do I want to work that? So that's my assignment for today. That's what we're going to tackle, and I hope you enjoy watching. Okay, so up first, I'm going to go ahead and just take out these extra hearts and trim this up. And I actually, turned out that I didn't like how this adhered down. I'm going to go ahead, you'll see what happens. So I laid down the red line tape, and it sort of overlapped those pockets a bit more than what I liked. So once I go ahead and adhere the photo down, I realize that it's kind of overlapped too far and that there's still tape showing there. So I went ahead and grabbed another pocket page. Oh, you're getting to see some stuff that you're not supposed to see yet. So just grabbed another pocket page from my other December daily album that shall remain unseen so far. But that's where I've moved all of these page protectors to in the 6x8 size. So anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave those extra pockets there and just adhere that extra column to the back of the photo, just so that I can line up the tape the way I wanted it lined up. And so that actually worked out really nicely. And then when I go to do day 20, I'll do the same thing on the back, and that extra column of pockets will be sandwiched in between the two photos, or the photo and the pattern paper, whatever I happen to put back there for day 20. And so now I'm going to just kind of make my decision about what goes where, and I did decide just to mix up all these shapes together. And I guess that's like completely up to you if you want to just use hearts, or just use stars, or just use speech bubbles, or whatever. You know, you can make that your own. You can see too how the photo is still a little bit long. I'm just going to do 2 transparency columns and 2 photo columns, if that makes sense. So there will be 4 columns of shapes, and then Zoe, with her cute little self, she'll take up the 2 center columns on the photo. And that actually worked out really well. She doesn't, where she's at in the photo, I didn't crop this photo really with this layout in mind. So she kind of falls in the middle. So that works out fine. She can just take up those 2 center spots on the grid. And so I'm just going to kind of alternate things here, and you can see kind of how I've chosen alternating some of the greens and reds and alternating some of the shapes here just to kind of fill out all these fun little spaces. This is a really cute layout idea, and I had a fun time putting all this together, and especially using up some of these fun little pieces in my stash. Here's my number for the day. It's just a plain black number 19. I do enjoy using the color black when I'm doing a layout about Princess Zoe. And so there are a couple of other black things in the layout too. Have you guys ever had a tape runner do this, where the excess part that's supposed to wind around the spare roller doesn't go? It's driving me nuts. But I'm going to use this thing up. So pardon the interruption there while I repair my tape runner. I've never had that happen with a Tombow before. I've had that happen with Creative Memories. Was the worst. That tape runner didn't work right on any of the refills. But anyway, that's how come I landed with a Tombow. So for these embellishments over here in the pockets, I decided to let the hearts just kind of float inside the pockets, and for the chipboard pieces, I adhered those on the outside of the page protector. And then tomorrow me will have to worry about what to do on the back. Today me is not concerned with what's going to happen on the back yet, but it'll probably be more of the same, more squares adhered to the outside of the page protector, and then the hearts, of course, because they're transparencies, they can just stay the way they are. And then what I thought I would do is I need to add some journaling. So I'm going to pop out of the view for a minute and look for some labels. And my mind completely went blank on where those labels were. And so what I found instead was this little tag. So I'm going to go ahead and use, it has these cute little stripes on it, which you guys know me, I like my lines. So the stripes are perfect for keeping neat handwriting. And then I ran a little bit out of space. That bottom line had Holly Jolly written on it. So I just turned it over and wrote on the back of it. And then I'm going to cut those up, and I'll have the little strips here for my journaling. And so I'm just trimming those down a little bit more. And I thought about putting them above and below Zoe on the photo, but that really felt a little crowded. So instead, I'm going to layer those over top of the hearts over there on top of the pockets. And that way I have a little bit of journaling there. I have my day number. I have a cool photo. And the only thing left to do is to trim it down. And so the size isn't really very crucial since it's not completely 11 inches wide. So I'm going to just trim off where that column ends and then call this one done. Thanks so much for watching. I will be sharing this on the blog at the end of the week, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.